What is going on, everybody? This is Steve Sterling with Sentinel17 Gaming. Thanks for joining me for this video. I greatly appreciate it. Now, today's video is about Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions. It released September 3rd for PS4, the Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and the PC, and of course, because of backwards compatibility, it's available on next-generation consoles as well. Now, leading up to release, there was a little bit of advertising for this game, but not much, so it kind of slipped in under the radar, and a lot of people may not be aware that this game is actually $40. So it's less than the normal MSRP for a regularly priced game. Well, at least in the United States. I know overseas you guys might have higher prices than we do, but as far as United States prices go, it is priced at $39.99. So a lot of people are like, well, you know, I like the Rocky franchise. I want to take a chance on this game. It seems fun. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you how this game felt to me as I played through it. And I am a big fan of the Rocky franchise. And of the new movies as well. You know, Creed 1 and 2. And this game pays homage to both the old movies as well as the new movies. And that's a great approach, especially since a lot of the fans of the Creed movies may not have grown up with the Rocky movies. In Creed Champions, there are a number of different characters that have storylines. Rocky Balboa has a storyline, Ivan Drago has a storyline, his son has a storyline, Apollo Creed, Adonis, you get the idea. And whenever you go into the game, you go through the arcade portion, it will show you the row at the bottom of all the characters you can pick from. And as you beat story modes for certain characters, it will unlock a hidden character, I guess you could call them, that you can play through their storyline once you unlock them. Also, for the player that you're playing as, like for Rocky Balboa, once you complete his story mode, then you unlock different outfits for him, which is really cool. Especially since a couple of these outfits, you may not have seen them in the movies, but it does, it makes the fighters look really cool, and it's a nice way to pay homage to their legacy. Alright, so let's talk about the gameplay. It's pretty straightforward. It's not as ridiculous or comical as the WWE Battlegrounds that they just came out with, but it does have a little bit of a comic book look to some of the moves where the gloves light up, but you're not throwing the character in the air or pulling, you know, crazy weapons out of nowhere. It is pretty grounded, and the strategy that you have to use for certain characters might be a little different than others. For example, easier characters, you can pretty much just come straight at them and plow through them. You block, but you don't really have to because they're not as formidable as like some of the boss characters. For example, for Rocky Balboa, of course, Creed is kind of a boss character, but Ivan Drago is even more of a boss character, so he's harder. So you have to use strategy more, and of course there is a training option in the menu where you can have a CPU opponent that pretty much attacks you in a certain manner, is all defensive, is all offensive, and doesn't really block. Stuff like that, similar to how you would see in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games back in the day. And that's a great touch, especially if you need to work on defensive and not so much offensive, and you want to worry about blocking and evading, then you'd have them all offensive, and it would allow you to work on your skills. And that's great, especially for this game, since there's so much fun to be had, provided you can beat some of the bosses. Now, I played through Creed Champions on the easiest difficulty, which is Rookie, and legitimately some of the bosses gave me a moderate amount of trouble. I had to take my time with them, and I had to really use strategy. So for those of you that are looking for for something like Fight Night, this is probably as close as you're going to get, but it is a lot of fun, and it is a really good-looking game. So if you're looking for a fun time, you enjoy the Rocky moves, you enjoy boxing or fighting games, for $40, this is a steal, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you're kind of on the fence about this, check out other people's reviews as well, because I'm sure they're going to go into more into detail about certain things that I may not have covered. Anyway, that's my video for Creed Champions. Thanks for watching it. I greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to check out other videos on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And feel free to follow me on Twitter at Sentinel17.